Well, hey, y'all. Welcome back to The Quest.
Hello.
Happy Thursday.
It is.
Happy for Friday.
Whoop, whoop. And it's episode
24.
It is episode 24.
Halfway to
Backcountry.
48.
Yep.
Did you really have to have a dramatic pause?
I did that because I was like, does that mean anything? But it doesn't really mean anything.
It means something.
Which is fine.
It means something to me.
Unless
I say it every week.
You do. That's your math skills are like on point, darling. Anyways,
welcome America.
Welcome to Backcountry Couple.
Yeah, thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Are we fuzzy? I keep saying, are we fuzzy?
Maybe your glasses are just blurry.
Maybe my glasses are blurry, but maybe we're not fuzzy.
Is there something on your glasses?
Yeah, your fingerprint. Anyway, so we do Backcountry Couples every Thursday, 7 o'clock.
PM.
Yep, Eastern Standard Time.
Jinx, Marshall.
I know, right? No, okay. Maybe we'll talk about that. So in Canada, we go Jinx, yo, with a Coke, and then here he says Jinx, yo, with a marshmallow, and I'm like, I've never
Jinx, no
heard
marshmallow.
of that before. Never heard it before, ever. You're weird.
You're killing me. Smalls.
Anyways, I'm Colleen.
I'm Johnny.
Yeah, and we're the Kill Quest.
We're the cool kids.
Or the cool kids, which some people have put in the chat already. They're like, hey, cool kids. Which is awesome. So obviously you found us on YouTube, so wonderful. So thanks for checking in with us. And
who's on the chat today?
Yeah, who do we have?
Oh, we got Carlson Adventures, Kathy Outdoors. I'm looking at him. I'm just looking at my
he's looking this way.
over
Okay.
Here. So
yeah,
Andy Parrish, cool. Thank you. Hi, Tanya Browning, nice.
Yes. Who was the first one? There was somebody in the
John
very
Curve?
beginning who was up there.
A KK.
A KK. Okay. We had
Joe Koss.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Cool.
And
well, welcome everybody.
Backpack
This
Bros.
is nice. Oh, sweet. What's up, cool kids? Not much. Hanging out tonight. I'm excited.
Yes.
I know. It's really good. Are you sure we're not fuzzy? If we're fuzzy, just let me know. Anybody? Are we fuzzy? As there's dead air.
Is it?
Anyways,
so of course our level just checked in. Oh, they're at the brewery.
They're at the brewery. Oh yeah, well that's nice. Well, cheers to you, Pete and Lisa.
I need to,
right. We need to get up there, but sometimes on Thursday it's not working for us.
Jealous.
I know. So, you can find us. We are on YouTube, right? But fuzzy. Thanks, Andy. See, I thought so. Honey, can you make me a little less fuzzy?
Oh. How's that?
Oh, that's way fuzzy. Keep going.
Is that better? Hold on.
Oh, yeah, up. That's it.
Right there?
Yep. Thank you. There we go. Happy girl. Anyways, awesome. That's right. So we are on Instagram, right? We are also on YouTube, which is exciting. And that's obviously why you're here and how you found us. And John's going to put this up here. And not only do we have our Keel Quest on Instagram, where we post every Monday our backcountry couples, right? We do that.
That is correct.
I know. It's exciting. So that's up, right? And we also have Jack Forrester, which is our Subaru. He is on Instagram too.
Instagram only.
That's right. So make sure you check him out. Last week was episode 23.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And it was the rewind. He's going, who is it? He's making me notes here. What's this? What are you making a funny thing for?
Venture.
What was that?
Venture.
I know it was Venture to Roam. I was getting there. I didn't know what you were doing with this down here. But yeah, so Venture to Roam, which is an overlanding channel out of Idaho. They were a
awesome couple.
Fun couple to chat with
fun.
too. And
that is on the list. We're heading out
there. Oh yeah, Idaho's on the list for sure. So I mean we're close
Probably not this year.
No, because we're going to Montana and Glacier, which I'm excited about. But I don't think we're gonna make it up and over to Idaho with that little time frame. But that's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
So that was the rewind on there.
Check it out.
Yeah, for sure. And then also, what do we got?
I was just gonna say I wanted to thank our sponsor for sponsoring the show.
Oh yeah.
This guy over here, Mick Quick Fires.
Yes.
All natural products.
We do. So, and I also have the this way. I never know. It's always the opposite, right? So McQuick fire starters is amazing. We
Mhm.
love them. And each of our guests every week get a little starter pack, which is amazing. And they made one red, white, and blue for USA. And then they made one red, white, and red. Look at the clarity on that, everybody. Usually, last one was like red, white, and red. But anyways, for Go
Because you
Canada,
slowed down.
I did slow down. So we got that. There's stickers. We're going to send out some of our own little cake case. But the tree does exist. It's only green here because of the green screen.
Right.
Right on.
And if you want, you go to the McWickFires.com, and then if you use the code KeelQuest, you get 15% off your order. But
Right.
you got to make sure you put that little space
The space
between Keel
helps.
and Quest.
Right.
Because you have no space, you get no discount.
Right on, right on.
Or I mean, if you have a space,
yes.
No. I had to set it right the first time.
Yes, you did.
If you no space, no discount. Have a space, get a discount.
That's right. That's right. And if you have trouble, just like shoot us an email or a DM or whatever.
Yeah. We'll help you out.
But we used our McWicks this weekend winter camping.
Yes, we did.
So we had an opportunity this week. On last Friday and Saturday, we headed up north a little bit, and we encountered minus 12 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 24 degrees Celsius.
It was 1 degree.
But with the wind chill, it says on the video, honey, it's on the screen, it was minus 12. That's
feels
what the
like.
thing.
Feels
it feels like. Yeah. So it was freezing. Just saying. Anyways, right? It was really, really cool. So definitely for that. Following our show tonight, if you are interested in winter camping, Andy Parrish Outdoors, and I believe he's in the house. He is doing his live stream at 8:00, and he is talking about winter camping. I think Buckley's on there, which is kind of fun. We got a present in the mail this week. Check this out. We got a book from our friends Trekking Pals, and they made a journal. It's called Another Hike in the Books. And I'm excited about it. So it just has like notes. It has like the time and season of your hike and fun stuff
weather
like that,
conditions,
and where your weather
temperature,
conditions,
that sort of stuff.
This is I'm excited for this. So thank you, Habiba and Alex, for that. So awesome,
yes.
awesome.
And I'll apologize. There is a little bit of a lag going on, so there could be who knows why.
Yeah,
anything's possible, whether it be a ton of people being on the internet or some
it's not terrible.
Weather.
It's not terrible. It's all good. Who else is in here? Raul. Hey, Raul. Tiger Muskin. In our element. Hey. Awesome. The other thing I wanted to say, too, is our friends Southern Hike. If you want to head over to their channel after the show tonight, they are just celebrated their 1K giveaway. They're friends that we'd connected with throughout the summer, and they were part of the 12 days of Christmas.
Yes.
So, but they're giving away 3 pretty, I was going to say kick-ass, pretty awesome items. So one is a Nightcore headlamp. The other is a set of aluminum trekking poles. And then the third is the Catadine Be-Free water filter.
1 liter.
So, and I mean, we use 2 out of those 3. We don't use the Nightcore headlamp, but I mean, we love our Be-Free. I mean, we got that when we first started canoeing, and we felt like that was that's totally amazing.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Filtering water in the boat.
And actually, we used it when we were on Isle Royal too. We just found that it was like collapsible, and it was easy, and it was nice.
Yeah,
and it was
just
tucked in nicely, actually. So if you love what you see, make sure that you give us a little thumbs up.
Hit
the subscribe bell. We've got lots of things going on. We chatted a bit before about Camp Keel, and we are going to probably next week is going to launch our first video on that. So we have a Camp Keel, which is going to be our journey to kind of off-grid life as we make our way up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And so right now we just have Instagram, but if you want to check us out, please make sure you subscribe. Then you can kind of, or follow along, whatever. Yeah. And then you can kind of see what we're up to, because it's very exciting. Super, super exciting.
You don't say.
I know.
I can't feel it. It's like
you can't handle my excitement, honey.
Hold her, reel it in.
I know. Are you ready? Right. I always say we have an awesome couple.
We always have awesome
couples. Have awesome couples. But this time they're extra awesome.
Are they?
Because they're from Canada. Yep.
No way.
Yeah. You didn't expect anything less, did you? Come on.
Nonetheless.
Oh my! I feel like I'm too far away from you. Guess who's getting closer?
Oh.
Yep.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, John's mom's in the house. All right. So, are you ready, everybody? So, first of all, thanks for hanging out. Awesome, great, fun stuff today. Here we go. So, like I said, Canada is in the house again. This Ontario couple is passionate. They're passionate about the outdoors. Their love of biking, canoeing, hiking, wilderness camping, social causes, and volunteering led them to an amazing undertaking of paddling 8,515 kilometers across Canada. Not only did they do just a little like retirement cruise, as they kind of coined it, but they raised funds and awareness for those facing food insecurity. So let's welcome Canoe for Change, Glenn and Carol.
Well, hey,
good day. Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much for having us.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Totally our pleasure.
Yeah.
Your show is a great platform for people to get together and with like-minded views and spread tips and tell stories. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And that's what it's all about, and we just wanted to, as a couple, we just like to share other couples, you know what I mean, who just love to get out and have fun in the wilderness and not wring each other's necks.
Right. It's just a couple of things.
You certainly have to be compatible.
Right.
Now, Colleen, you mentioned we're from Ontario. I'd just like to orient your audience and give them a little better idea of where we are. We're in Kingston, Ontario, and Kingston is halfway between our provincial capital of Toronto and our nation's capital of Ottawa, just north of Lake Ontario. It's where the Roto River flows from Ottawa into Lake Ontario. Mm-hmm. And about 170 miles to the southeast of us into New York State would be Lake Placid, the home of the 1980 Winter Olympics.
Right.
Oh, I think that's when USA won the gold.
Oh my God.
Just saying.
Of course they did.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So that's really good to make it, kind of in, correlation to where you are, obviously. Yes. I know that when people come from this side of the US, they always, travel up and through to go down and around to get, to New York State and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Saves up a lot of time.
So it saves up all that time. Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas we can just hop on a ferry, go to Wolf Island, get the ferry on the opposite side of Wolf Island and be in New York State.
I think I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, we've done that with our bicycles.
Oh, that's very cool.
Oh, that's fun.
So how far of a trek is to go from one side of the aisle to the other?
It's about 20K.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. So it's bigger.
Oh, yeah, it's a big island, but it's doable.
Sure. I love it. That's really cool.
So is it like a day trip, to ferry over and then trek across and then ferry again?
You could do that, or we've made it an overnight stay to stay at a hostel over at the lighthouse at Cape Vincent. So, we just book a room over there and cycle over, spend the night.
Super fun.
Come on back.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
I know, I love that. We talked about a lighthouse actually a couple times. You can apply here to be lighthouse keepers for like 2 weeks out of the summer.
That sounds like fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah,
I know.
You get to hang out with a bunch of people, and
I know. So we always like to say how we, got to know you, or how we found you, or whatever. And we watched you on Canoe Hound Adventures
back in October.
So
yeah,
October. And that was fun, obviously. And that's where we first heard about your story and you two. And then we had an opportunity at Christmas time, right? Dennis had that little, woohoo little Christmas little thing. And that was fun too. So then we virtually got to, have a little eggnog together or whatever. And we were just like, we need to chat with these two. And then we reached out. And so we had fun, doing our homework on you and doing some research. And
oh yeah,
we know a lot about your story. So
tell us.
We want you to share with everyone else tonight. So how did you two get together?
Yeah, how'd y'all meet up?
How'd we all meet? Well, Carol and I are empty nesters, and we're on our second relationship.
Yeah.
And we've discovered that life is better the second go around. We were more defined on what we wanted out of life, and we had the same passionate goals. So I feel really fortunate to have Carol in my life to share these adventures, and every day is an experience, and
I gotta love this guy,
and very memorable. I just
Isn't
love
that
her
amazing?
to bits. And I just love her to bits.
Oh.
And Carol and I, like you said, we're not strangers to the great outdoors. We do biking, we do hiking, snowshoeing. Wilderness adventures was always our passion. And anytime that we had the opportunity, we'd be gone for a weekend, or we'd take our holidays and we'd be out into the great outdoors. And we've been all over, I shouldn't say all over, but we've been to many different places outside of North America, outside of Canada, some great experiences. And I think a defining moment for us was in 2017, when we were hiking in the Mojave Desert, and a sandstorm blew down our tent. And we thought, what the heck are we doing? It's much easier to paddle on water than it is to carry water for kilometers, miles and miles doing a trek in order to survive. So we focused on an early retirement, made it a goal, and then rewarded ourselves with a paddle cruise.
Right. Were you guys both outdoorsy growing up and stuff though?
Yeah, I
was too. My family did a lot of car camping, and my father was in the services, so we did a lot of traveling. He was in the Canadian Armed Forces, so we moved around a lot and we traveled a lot. And every time we went to a new community, we would get into the car and go car camping. So that was ingrained in a very young age.
Right.
So
we see that a lot. I mean, growing up is car camping started off, and you get the bug and
you get the taste for it for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yes. For me, I was like a Boy Scout, and then I was a Scout leader, and then a venture leader. And I think in the U.S. you call them Eagle Scouts.
Yes.
We've got a different term for them here, ventures, and so we've always been outdoors.
Mm-hmm,
and then we discovered the backcountry, which is much different than car camping. It's car camp. Any kind of being outside is good, but the backcountry really is a place to connect with nature, get close to the earth, and
hide from other people.
Get away from the
right.
Or when you run into people, they're like-minded people, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
But if you see them at a distance, you're like, I didn't see them.
Yeah, I know. That is so true. That is so true. So you guys planned your retirement together. You said, hey, let's just, try and retire at the same time. We're relatively close, right?
Yeah.
And you were wanting to plan this epic paddling trip across Canada. And it happened to coincide with Canada's 150th. So there was a lot of hoopla, going on about that for one, right? How did you choose the route?
Well, that was a lot of research, and we contacted Mike Ranta, and
he's so awesome.
Ranta Santa.
So did you just straight up Facebooked him or Facebook friend him and said, hey, this is what we're doing?
Well, actually, we got his phone number and we called him, and
cool.
And explained who we were, what we were planning on doing. Just out of the blue, just called Mike, and of course, Mike always takes the time to talk to anyone, and give most willing giving information. And Mike was ranting. Mike was talking so fast that I couldn't write fast enough to get all the information. And so with Mike's assistance, we were able to put a route together, put it on a Garmin, and Bob's your uncle. We had a route.
Wow.
Nice. I enjoy watching his live streams on Facebook.
Him.
It's like, oh, he's when he gets fitzy. It's like, who needs a pet? Who needs a pet? I mean, it's like,
yeah, I know. He's such a good guy.
And when we did have the opportunity to meet Mike, he's a very genuine, very genuine
like
individual.
that.
Yeah, that's on the list to get up there to check out his paddle.
Yeah. It's on the French River, I think, right?
Yeah, it's in Killarney.
Yes.
Yep. You did a beautiful job.
Yeah, for sure. So how much YouTube videos did you watch? How much reading did you do?
Well, I retired in March, and Glenn retired in August, the end of July. So I did a lot of research. I didn't even have a social media account. I didn't belong on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. So I had to learn all the technology for social media, because we were raising funds for a charity, a nonprofit association in Kingston. And we also had to, I also had to learn how to use a website and a Garmin, and all this new technology was.
It's a learning curve for sure.
A real learning curve. Yeah. So, and we did a lot of research on the internet, read people's blogs. Mike was a good help. He gave us a lot of tips, and it's, we had to dehydrate a lot of food.
Right.
Just the logistic preparation of doing this paddle in 3 paddling seasons. It was just a lot of organization to prepare for the trip.
Right. Did you just rely on the Garmin thing? I know I'm a physical map girl. Every time we go out, we have a physical map, always.
Okay. So the joke, I guess, of mine was I had a road map, right? Okay. But the road map's huge, right? And it's got little tiny lakes and stuff.
Yeah, it does.
I had to see the big picture.
Okay.
I had to see, the province from the province line to the next.
I would do that. Yeah.
Yes. And then even though we had a GPS, I brought a compass, because you never know, right? So I had that backup sensation. I had the big picture, I had the map, and I had a compass.
So. It was really funny, because we would kind of stop sometimes along the way. We'd get disorientated, or we were wondering where the next community was. And Glenn would come out to the shore with his little road map, that was about this big. And people would wonder if we're paddling across Canada with this road map. As our only
means of navigation. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is too funny.
I was like, you take a left on the Eisenhower.
Well, John, funny enough, if you did see someone on the shore, you'd say, how far to the next community? And they'd say, you're really close, you're an hour away.
Oh God.
And I would turn and then turn back and say, wait a minute, you mean an hour of you driving in the car going 50 miles an hour or 80 miles an hour? For us, that's 3 days.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're not really an hour away, are we?
That's good.
That is good. I know.
It's you're only an hour away. Oh, cool. Hey, honey, we'll be in an hour.
No.
Nope.
See you on Thursday. Right? So you had the trip set up initially in 3 segments, right?
Did you plan it that way?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we planned it in 2.
Okay.
The second year, winter came sooner than we made it. But we're older. We're not racing. We're enjoying the moment. Right. And we're taking in all the scenery, and so it turned into 3 years, but no big deal.
Right. It was a retirement cruise.
Right.
I always say it's about the journey, and it's not the destination.
It is 100%.
It's the cool things and the things you experience along the way before getting there. You get there okay, hey, we're here, but that was so much cooler back there.
Yeah, and it's just we don't want to miss anything. I know when we travel, we just want to do that. So you've got your route set, right? And you're we need to we should have others benefit, from this journey. And you aligned yourselves nicely, right, with Loving Spoonful, and which is an organization that has this great vision of, creating a healthy, sustainable, food secure community, right?
Well, it's right up your alley.
It is up my alley. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, I'll share a little bit about that. And you set a goal of 25K, right? You're like, that seems reasonable. Let's get all involved or whatever.
So how did the people do it? Just like people like donate $1 a kilometer, or they just give like little chunks here or there, or how'd that all go about?
Yeah, no, what we did was we set up a website so that people could donate through our website directly to Loving Spoonful, and then they would receive a charitable income tax receipt.
right.
And that way we didn't have to carry cash with us or anything like that. So people would just donate online, or they would give us cash, and then we would hand it into the nonprofit. But
And I do have a little sidebar on that. People would give us cash because we were doing a portage down a road next to the river, because we had to do a little portage, and we were swinging our Nalogen bottle as we were, portaging, and this lady drove by us and then backed up, and then her head disappeared as she was digging between the seats and the console, and she came out with some change. And she thought our Nalogen bottle was our change can, right?
Stop it.
So, but we gladly took her change and thanked her very much, and told her what the purpose was and all that. But she really thought we had a change can swinging.
Oh my God.
Wow.
for
That's
change.
like
Canoe for change,
Yeah.
right? So
right, exactly.
we took it literally.
So why did
No
did
kidding.
you pick an organization that was just talking about Canadians who face food insecurity? So I know myself. So I have a background in that, and I'm right now after the pandemic in Canada. It's 1 in 7 people face food insecurity. Here in the U.S., it's 1 in 4, and that is a nutty. It blows my mind every time I talk about stuff like that.
Yeah.
So why did that resonate with you two?
Well, I know that in my life, healthy food makes a huge difference. And there was a time where I wasn't feeling very well in my 20s, and I was fortunate enough to go to a doctor that dealt with functional medicine, they call it.
Okay.
And he looked into my background and my history, and he put me on a really good, healthy diet, just no processed foods, no sugar, no, just no additives, just very natural. And within 2 weeks, I felt like a whole new person. And I thought, wow, everybody can feel like this. It makes your life just so much more quality based if you are able to have good food to nourish your body. But not everybody has that chance, and that's really sad. And not that they don't want to, perhaps they can't afford it, or they live in a community where it's not accessible. And Loving Spoonful in Kingston works towards making healthy, fresh food accessible for everyone, because it's our right to have fresh, healthy food available everywhere in Canada. So what they do, which we really love, is that they just don't give out fresh food, but they teach people how to grow gardens. They have community kitchens where they teach people how to grow gardens, and then harvest the food, cook with healthy food, and learn how to buy and cook healthy food on a budget. So it's a teaching component that is very successful in Kingston.
That's
And
awesome.
they also have a school program and all kinds of
all
different
kinds of
things.
programs.
So it's a really great organization, and our heart and soul is with them and the work that they do here. We're all very
And
proud of them.
we're honored to be, part of that.
It's incredible. Like, I'm a former restaurant owner, so I always say I do people and food. And just a quick little story. I worked with the City of London and I started a program called Food Families. That was exactly what Loving Spoonful was doing. And we actually brought families together and we taught them, knife skills and collective kitchens and canning and just back to basics. It was basically a home economics program, right, that we brought to families. We had, the kids come in, get involved, and it was just amazing. And then we taught other skills like, couponing and let's say I didn't drive, but John drove. Well, John would get another neighbor and we don't, go to the grocery store together or share your Costco membership together or whatever that looked like. So when I found this, and I was like, oh, so near and dear to my heart because
that's awesome. Yeah.
It just blows my mind that people cannot feed themselves, here in, Canada and the US, and to bring awareness to it is incredible.
Yeah.
So,
the difficult part of it is fresh food costs more than
it does.
processed.
It does. Yeah.
And the thing is that
part.
it takes time and effort, and then raising the awareness about it. It's okay to take that extra time and effort, to do that. So you guys were surrounded yourself with some pretty amazing supporters, right? Like had who was the first? Deborah was the person that named Canoe for Change. So like, was that the only name that was thrown around, or was there like, I don't know, crazy Canuckers paddling? I don't know.
Well, we had a whole list of names.
Okay.
But of what we could call our cruise, and Canoe for Change just kept coming back.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cute in the we went out for coffee, Deborah and I, and she came up with this great name, and then she started polling everybody in the restaurant on what they thought about Canoe for Change.
That's a good friend right there. Excuse me, everybody, but just hang on.
She did the test audience. It was great.
Oh yeah, market research done and done right there.
Live.
Alive,
Yeah.
right?
Alive.
Exactly.
There you go.
So it kind of stuck,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a great name. And then you have like what you guys call like the home team.
Right.
So I like this group of people. They're pretty special. You had Uncle John, you had Rachel, and you had Paul, and they each played like a different role in your success, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So how did everybody kind of help out with Canoe for Change?
Well, I'll touch on Uncle John. And
Okay.
So Uncle John retired. He's in his 80s. He's very knowledgeable. He's a bright individual. And he started to track us on our spot. So we had on our homepage, you could see where we were at any given time. And he informed us of obstacles that were coming, that we were going to come upon. So as we would, encroach onto a dam or something in the next coming days, he'd already have it all figured out on the best means.
I like Uncle John. He's
yes. And he would throw out statistics at us too. And it was like tidal flow and our speed and what our average was and what the
you
what
gave
the
him
elevation
a
was
purpose to keep going on with you guys. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
He was part of our journey
Yes.
through his computer and statistics.
Yeah, he traveled through Canada with us.
He sure did.
Oh, yeah. What a way to do it, right? Virtually like that.
Google Earth, yeah.
And then Rachel.
Rachel, she updated our blog. We have a website blog as well, canoeforchange.ca. So she updated our blog. So I sent her all the information and the pictures, and she did that because I was a bit overwhelmed at the beginning.
Oh, it
to do all that, and also, at the end of the day, it's tiring. Like you're paddling, you put up your tent, you're preparing food. Sometimes you're out there 8 to 10 hours, and it's just
you just want to go to bed.
And we didn't always
right.
And the big thing too was we didn't always have cell service.
Sure.
So she said, no problem, I can do that for you. So she posted blogs on a weekly basis.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then my brother Paul.
Oh, it's your brother. Okay.
Yeah, my brother Paul. He says, anywhere you are, if you ever run into trouble, I'll come pick you up.
Oh, he's the best lifeline to have.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Really, really good brother. And he did pick us up all the way in Sydney, Nova Scotia, the first year we were finished. And then the second year we were
In
finished
Fort Francis, he came and picked us up.
north of Thunder Bay.
Okay.
And and then he drove us there again the next day, or the next year, I should say.
Yeah.
And then we paddled home. So, he did a lot of driving.
Yeah.
To pick, to pick
Wow,
us.
everybody had like an integral role to play,
They
That
really did. And there were so many other people too, Colleen and
Sure.
So we didn't do this on our own. We
Right.
had
Oh, you have to have people. There's no way.
lots of people to
Nothing
thank.
wrong with an
Like,
awesome
there's-
support group.
Exactly. It's a whole 100% a support group. So
We just did the easy part and enjoyed the scenery.
Sure.
yeah, right.
I love it. So you have year number 1, and that trip was Ottawa to Nova Scotia.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, we got a late start in the paddling season because we
Okay.
were still working. Then we retired midsummer, and it was like you mentioned, Canada's 150th. So we
Yeah.
found it very fitting that we should leave from the nation's capital, and we
Agreed.
paddled east, and it was monumental for us. It was a big learning curve. We also took at that time our eldest granddaughter to be with us the first 4 days of the journey
Oh.
from Ottawa, so she could have something to remember
That's
Canada's
cool.
150th, and put in her notes or her journal. And
Definitely.
her parents picked her up 4 days later down along the Ottawa River, and so we paddled to Sydney, Nova Scotia, and
What was the memorable thing? Like, to me, if I'm looking at that like route, it'd be like the St. Lawrence Seaway. I'd be like, oh my God. Like that would be I would be afraid, not lying.
She's afraid to be part of the food
I
chain.
know there's seals and there's whales. They're going to get you.
Yeah.
They're not going to get you. But you know
Whales,
what I
yeah.
mean?
They're so
But I
docile.
mean, this big water, like this is it. You know what I
It
mean?
is big water.
Big
Yeah.
deal. Yeah.
And the tides were a challenge because the
Oh.
tides, especially around Quebec City, oh my goodness, like 24-foot high tides.
Ay, ay, ay.
And we always had to, go with the schedule, the tide schedule, and
Yep.
the go charts. And then we had the issue of running into salt water as well on the seaway, which we
Mhm.
at the time that we ran into salt
Sooner than
water.
that.
So there was filtration that we had to do with we're getting fresh water to drink, and
Right.
just all those different challenges,
It is. It's a different learning curve for sure.
And then there was, paddling on the ocean, on the Atlantic, actually the Strait, the Northumberland Strait, on our east coast of Canada, and paddling on swells and
big waves.
lots of currents there as well, and it was something that we had never done before, paddling on an ocean. So it's a learning curve. We learned as we went. We always stayed pretty cautious.
Right.
How far out from the main? I mean, how
From the
far
shoreline?
How much of a distance is that?
It's tricky because you can't be too close to shore, because then you'll hit the the waves,
The
Right.
curler waves,
the
the breaking
the
waves.
shoreline waves. So you
Yeah.
try to stay out a little bit so that you're in the swells. But as soon as it gets too windy, or the waves start to cap and they start to turn white, then it's time to get off the water, and then you have to look for a spot. So we're always keeping our eye on the coastline for
Right.
a way out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, being out in that water, then you're.
I know.
That's
I know.
high risk.
Right.
Wow.
And that was the first leg of the trip was the shortest, right? Because it's only like
Yes.
a couple months or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you come back and then you go, oh, wow, we have to adjust this, or we need to tweak this, or pack this, or not pack this.
Yeah. Carol can tell you that I think we had to rethink
I bet.
calories
Mhm.
and
Oh,
how we
okay.
did, because we were really how do I say, drawn in when we were done that.
You
We
were
lost,
deficient.
we lost a lot of weight,
Yeah.
Sure.
and it was due to our diet.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Oh,
didn't have to ever, we never really calorie counted before, and we just didn't have enough fat in our diet. We didn't have enough fiber. We had protein, but we just didn't have enough bulk. We just didn't have enough calories. So the following winter, I did a lot of research on exactly what kind of food you need to sustain you. So we figured 4,000 calories a day that we needed to have in food to sustain that.
Yeah,
That's a lot of food.
Yeah.
during the winter, our place looked like a dehydration production line.
I love it. I absolutely love it. No, I think that's amazing.
We love dehydrating.
We
but,
do.
I mean,
We dehydrate most of our
we
stuff
just
too.
picked up Kevin Ride's new cookbook, and we're we're utilizing that with our style of eating.
Because we don't try to eat a lot of grains and stuff. So
Right. Yeah.
we're good. So then you have your number 2.
Year number 2. So we took the train with all gear.
Oh yeah, and you portaged. You portaged in Union Station. I was like, that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was an experience.
And Canadians nothing fizzes Canadians. Like they see a canoe coming through a train station, and it's rush hour traffic. It's like somebody's going somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
we're
awesome.
We're like, pardon me, excuse me,
Right, yeah.
watch your head.
Canoe coming
through.
Canoe coming through.
We're the only ones, but still.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we took the train out to Vancouver.
What a beautiful ride.
Yeah, very scenic.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. And then we left the train station and portage down to I think it's called Creekside.
Okay.
And paddled out into the Strait, the Pacific, and made our way down the Hope River.
Wow.
Fraser River.
Oh, sorry, Fraser River. To
Crazy
Hope.
River.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but there was some spots that you couldn't get through, and you guys were bike packing.
Yeah. So in the way is the mountain range, the Rockies.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one cannot paddle up a mountain.
No.
So we transitioned from canoe to mountain bike. But this was all we prearranged this. We purchased bikes back home in Kingston, and then we did the transition. Put our canoe into a storage container. Broke down the necessary gear that we needed just to do the bicycling, and we did we knocked something off our bucket list that we've always wanted to do, and that was the Kettle Valley Rail Trail system.
Right.
And it's a network of converted rail lines into recreational lines.
Beautiful.
And the nice thing about doing the rail lines is the elevation grade only changes 5 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be a train. It's got to be super flat for a really long time.
Yeah. That totally makes sense.
Especially,
good choice.
And if you got the wind at your back, it's even better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we did that transition, and then we obtained our canoe back from storage, sold our bicycles back to the gentleman that we bought them from.
Okay.
And then from there, we paddled and portaged our way the rest of the way over the mountains, down into the Old Man River in Alberta.
Yeah.
So, in the travels of the canoeing aspect, was there a lot of whitewater canoeing involved?
You kind of pick and choose your battles, and when you know doesn't look comfortable, you don't do it, right?
Agreed.
Because this was our only mode of transportation, and we just didn't want to wreck it, damaged our canoe. So if it was easy to do, we would certainly do it. If it looked ominous, and no, we passed.
Right.
Gotcha. So did you? Sorry.
No,
did either of you have any whitewater training at all?
That was in my head. That question.
We've had very limited experience in whitewater.
Okay. Same here.
that limited experience we had wasn't good.
Yeah.
But
By
amazingly,
accident, maybe.
I know.
It's like, oh boy.
You just wing it.
we
Yeah.
we met a couple on our journey, and they were elderly, and they were now doing flat water canoeing. And they said up until about 5 or 6 years ago, they had done whitewater, but they had given it up because they couldn't hear each other. And when they were shouting for directions and commands,
Come on.
so they gave it up because it was like they weren't communicating. And
Stop
and
it.
we thought, look at this, these guys this is incredible. They were like 80 years old.
That is pretty amazing. Have you ever been to like South Dakota and see the Badlands?
No.
No, but we have some. We actually, when we were paddling through the Oldman River and the South Saskatchewan River, there's actually a section of Badlands through that river, which we were just amazed at. And the area is just gorgeous. It's like a little mini Grand Canyon that runs through the flat prairies, and it's just amazing. You know, there's everything that the Badlands has: the little cactuses along the shoreline, and the hoodoos, and the
rattlesnakes.
Yeah,
Like-
Right,
just
right.
you feel like you're in a desert, basically. Lots of gullies and just.
I didn't even know that was there.
No,
Neither
No.
do we.
Nice, beautiful surprise. You know
it
what I
really
mean?
was.
It was-
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's unexpected, totally unexpected. Now the water was very silty and very muddy, and we didn't see hardly anyone on the river, probably because of that reason.
Right, right.
So we filtered our water as best we could and drank a little bit of silt and
Fiber.
We're still okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was on that stretch too that you guys were like, there was bears, there was wolves. You like barricaded your tent one night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 So did you know that skill from like Boy Scouts, or was that something someone said, hey, you know what I mean? You're in an area you might wanna.
Yeah.
I think that was pure instinct, just
Yeah.
just to kind of build a little wall around your tent.
Yeah,
You know, it probably wouldn't have done anything, but
No.
I felt comfortable, you know,
sure.
have something other than that little tiny thin nylon tent.
Peace of mind.
Right.
Peace of mind, right?
Or
So-
if nonetheless you had like just something that'll like make a noise before they got to the
Yeah.
Yeah, just
bear
before
spray.
that defining moment,
Yeah.
you'd know.
Right. You
Right.
guys had bear spray though with you, I'm sure.
No,
No.
What?
no, we had a bear horn.
Yeah, a bear banger.
Well, it wasn't even a banger. It was kind of like
Oh, the air horn. Okay.
an air
Air
horn.
horn.
Yeah, we had an air
Yeah.
horn,
Okay.
and we never used it.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I'm not even sure if it would have worked. You know.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
And then we are into your number 3. Like you made it to Fort Francis, Thunder Bay-ish,
Yeah.
crazy. And
Yeah.
then this is I like your number 3, even though I mean obviously going out west is amazing and going out east is incredible. But I mean you're paddling in your own backyard now. Like now we're in Ontario
Yes.
and we have
Superior.
we have beautiful, provincial parks, and it's outstanding. And they're
Big lake.
old,
Big lake.
classic canoe routes, right?
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
I get goosebumps just talking about it. Like it's pretty epic,
Yeah, it really was, and we felt like we were back home again in Ontario because of
Yeah.
the beauty and shield, and the lakes and the rivers, and like you said, Lake Superior. It's just spectacular. The crystal clear water.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just really
Cold water.
Cold.
Cold water. Yeah, cold water.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you did the route take? I can't remember. Did it go through Georgian Bay?
Yes. Yeah.
Look what Dennis said. Carol used the blowhorn to wake up Glenn.
All the time, Dennis.
Yeah.
Right? That's so funny.
Yeah. So we did Lake Superior and Georgian Bay and went down the historic French River, down into Mattawa and then down the Ottawa River. And the scenery, John, in Georgian Bay is just unbelievable. It's
Oh yeah. all the
rugged
islands
rocks.
and everything.
Oh yeah, all the islands, the rugged rocks. It's fantastic.
We took them to we went to the Bruce Peninsula and did like Tobamori and stuff like that, and Flower Island, so he got a taste of it, and it was just like, yeah, he just couldn't believe how gorgeous it was.
Oh yeah,
So,
and camping on Snake Island. And
we were on Flower Pot, yeah. But it's just amazing to say, wow, like it's just incredible. So
and cold.
Again.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, crystal. I mean, the water was like that crystal coral blue, like
Yeah.
and it's like wow.
It almost looks like Caribbean-ish.
Yeah, it's
Caribbean-ish.
turquoise, aqua color. It's
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Until you jump in there, it's like, oh, that's not Caribbean.
I know, right?
Well, that is cold.
Right.
I don't know. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't remember. I think it was like 2-3 degrees.
I don't know. It was cold. It was like silly. People were jumping in, and I'm like, you guys are nuts. But whatever, for sure. And then you ended the trip back home, like in Kingston.
Well, yeah, we actually finished in Ottawa.
Yeah.
Where we started.
Yeah.
And then we decided we were going to paddle home. Well, we had it all planned out, so no one had to come and get us. We were going to paddle down the Roto Canal right back to our hometown in Kingston.
Oh,
perfect.
I know. I was like, I watched the global news thing, the one little clip that was on your website. I was like, oh, I cried a little bit. I was so happy for you guys. And I was just like,
oh, wow. That's nice to look at.
It was so amazing. What was your average day in like kilometers? Like, what did you guys have a goal?
Well, Uncle John had an average.
Uncle John had a goal.
Uncle John had an average for us, and that was 23 kilometers a day. But that encompassed all our days that we were winded on the shoreline or our resupply days.
Yeah.
But sometimes the wind was just so strong, we wouldn't make any headway at all. Maybe 10 kilometers in a day. Or sometimes when the current was going our way, we could do 60 kilometers. So it really varied what the conditions were like. If we had the wind on our back, we had a little sail that we took with us as well. And we could make really good time with that. But it wasn't always convenient to use that because the wind was either too strong or enough. So, but we did use it probably a dozen times, I would think, across Canada. So it did come in handy.
So every day was a different adventure. We never knew what we could accomplish until we actually got out there.
Sure, right. It's starting a new day and a new trip.
But you didn't have like a destination like at the end day. So you like when you go hiking, you go, okay, I want to get to this campground, that's where I want to be, or I want to get to this spot, that's where I want to be.
Yeah, we didn't have that luxury or that choice, and we never knew where we were staying any given day.
No, and it's really you get a sense of adventure and a sense of freedom when you wake up in the morning and you don't really know what's going to happen that day, and you don't know where you're going to stay at night. And
that's true.
It's perfect, so you don't set yourself up for kind of being disappointed for not reaching that goal. And sometimes if we didn't reach the place that we wanted to, go to, it's just not meant to be.
It's not meant to be.
Sometimes
and I would call that guided winging it.
Yeah, guided winging it.
So I mean, you're guided on your path of where you want to go to, but you're just winging it along the way. Hey, we get there, sure. No, wait, you know what? Maybe go this way and just come back.
Okay, look at all terrain. You said, does anyone else think that Johnny and Bledka pass as being brothers?
Yeah, maybe.
I love it with the glasses, and that is so good.
Oh, too funny.
Very funny, Jason. That's awesome. That was really good.
So on your paddle, did you have more than one set of paddles?
No. Okay. We had one spare paddle, and it was a collapsible paddle, and that was kind of like a multi-tool for us because it did a bunch of things. But no, we each had our own paddle. I had like a beaver tail paddle. It's because I was at the bow, and I always said that I was like the wheel horse,
Yeah.
And the power, and Carol did the finesse and the steering, and she had like an otter tail paddle.
Yeah.
And
they survived.
they survived. Yeah.
You
know, if you take care of your equipment will
Absolutely.
take care of you.
Agreed. 100%. Absolutely. We're the same for
Right,
sure.
I mean,
what paddles were they though? Like what company?
Can I say that?
Yeah, why not?
Mine was a Gray Owl.
A Gray Owl, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Carol's was a specially made one that we got from Frontenac Outfitter. There was a local individual in the area, and he made a cherry wood.
Ooh, see, that's fancy. That's nice to share that. That's awesome.
That's very cool. Yeah, I mean, I just had to ask because of the fact that you're paddling in different kind of waters. You know, being on big open water, and then of course you're on a river. So
that's
I mean,
true, honey.
The depth dynamics change and such.
Yeah.
But for us, I think we got comfortable with what we were familiar with.
Okay.
And the feel and the handle of by the handle, I mean the characteristics of the paddle.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And we were limited with how much we could take along as well, because everything that we brought with us, we had to portage.
Right.
Especially when we had to walk over the Rocky Mountains. Like we pulled our canoe on a canoe cart for 400 kilometers. So we had about 250 pounds worth of gear with us. So, you know, we could have brought a whole lot more other things like extra boots and, you know, lots of, extra gear and just in case paddles or whatever. But we just really had to make sure that we didn't go overboard with all.
Right. Yeah. Was that a big challenge then? Like to know what to pack and not pack?
Yeah, I think so. You really had to think twice about how much, I don't know, duct tape you wanted to bring in case you needed it, right? Yeah. So like how many feet is enough? So I think that was everything that we looked at. How much fuel at each resupply would we have to take, to get us through till the next resupply, so yeah, it was.
So it's kind of like hiking though, I was going to say, right? So you have those section hikes, you're portaging, whatever that hiking is. It is, that is hiking, that's true. But I mean, so let's say, everybody who hikes the Appalachian Trail, for example, they have trail angels, they have trail magic, right? What did you experience on your trek? Like did you have trail angels that were like, yay, here they are, they're coming for dinner, or you're getting a spa day or whatever? Or did you randomly come across a cooler that said, Glenn and Carol, here you go, and it had ice cold beer in it?
Oh, well, I think the Canadians along the way, that wherever we stopped to resupply, I think they were all amazing. They could have been our paddle angels or whatever, because everybody was genuinely interested in what we were doing, and they felt that they wanted to contribute something to be part of the journey.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice.
So whether they gave us some freshly baked goods or some fresh fruit or a glass of wine or a beer or information.
The wine and beer were really nice.
Yeah, the wine and
beer. Yeah, they are. This liquid's heavy to carry.
Yeah. And I mean, we even came across individuals where we were doing a stopover resupply that would hand over the keys to the car and say, go ahead and go get your groceries and just put it back in my parking spot by 3:00. I just need it for 3. Well, sure.
I just got goosebumps. That's pretty sweet.
Dang, that's pretty damn nice.
That is pretty sweet.
And people would invite us, in for a meal or shower or a nice warm bed at night. And it didn't happen that often, but people that we met, and if we were cold and shivering, that they would they would say, well, stay at our place tonight.
Yeah.
Have a hot meal and a warm shower.
Awesome. Yeah.
99% of the people that we met were amazing.
Absolutely.
Good, genuine people. It's just it's really heartwarming, and it really, I don't know, it makes you feel good inside.
Yeah. So, like I say, we didn't do this adventure on our own. We had a lot of people that assisted us along
Everybody
the way.
was integral with the success
Yeah.
of Canoe for Change, for sure. Canoe Han actually has a question. He goes, how difficult was it to find camping opportunities along the way?
Yeah, Dennis, that's a good question. Like, we never knew where we were going to be at any given time
Right.
to find a campsite. So when it got to be about, and we set a time. We said if it's around 3:30 or 4 o'clock, we should focus on what's coming up and where we should look. We saw lots of great spots to camp at noon and at 1 o'clock, but it was too soon to stop. So we kind of put our goal at 4 o'clock ish that we should start looking for a place to wind down. And we never really got stuck. We did camp in some pretty weird places, kind of rugged and not comfortable, but the majority of the time it was no problem.
Okay.
Yeah. It was something that I was worried about too. Like, where on earth are we going to sleep every night? You know, where we find a spot, but we always managed. Yeah.
But did Uncle John give you like a little ping or send the message and go, hey, there's actually a little campground up and around the corner? Like, if you to be a little more safe, where there was like, a vaulted toilet or a shower.
His information wasn't that quick. So whenever we got updates and contacts from our Uncle John, there was like a 2 or 3 day window for him to send it, for us to receive it.
Okay.
And he never assisted on camping locations, but it was always obstacles.
Like
hydroelectric dams were a big one for us.
Or rapid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here's a question from All Terrain Coffee and Camping. What was the weirdest place you remember camping at?
Ooh.
Oh my, there was a lot of weird places.
Weird one.
Well, there was one spot that was along the St. Lawrence River that was kind of interesting. It was at a marina, but we weren't allowed to be, on the front grounds of the marina. So he put us back into the skeleton boneyard of where all the old boats were and everything. So that was really interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting for sure.
Yeah.
And for me, I think a weird place was we camped at the base of a float plane runway.
Yeah.
And we were always a little concerned it might have been float planes, wanting to taxi up onto the land, but it looked like a nice level spot, so we took that.
Yeah.
There's another question from John. Anyone made you nervous? Did you ever feel uncomfortable?
No.
That's good. That's good.
Good.
Yeah.
No, nobody's ever. No, it was everybody.
No, we never
was
felt threatened
Like
or
unsafe or whatever. For
no,
sure.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
Did so you guys have equipment that we have. Like, we have the Gold Zero.
Yeah.
Right.
How did you find that worked for you?
That worked good for us because that's all we had.
Is that all you had? Okay, I didn't know. Okay. Yeah.
And we were charging a Garmin, a GPS, your cell phone.
Yeah, our spot tracker.
Our spot tracker with that. And
yeah, it worked. It's the 2-panel Goal Zero. So we were always recharging the extra battery pack that came with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We always had made sure that we had excess battery life for everything that we had. So the Goal Zero was always on the splash deck of our canoe.
Yeah.
Right. Already spread out, getting that sunshine.
Sunshine. That's right.
All cheered in for sure.
Yeah.
I can ask another question.
Go for it.
I thought it was you. We always ask this. This is the problem.
I wanted to transition into the hiking aspect that they done.
Okay, we can talk about hiking for a minute. No, I'm just kidding. But we do want to know about the Amazon. Tell us about that Amazon trek. Like, come on.
We went to the Amazon. We went to Ecuador.
Yeah.
We did do we did go into the Amazon, into the jungle, and stayed at an eco lodge. And we didn't actually paddle there, but we did, it was like a tour kind of, not a tour, but it was just like on vacation.
Okay.
The Amazon. But we've done some other really cool hikes. And that was one in Guatemala.
Yeah.
It was a 10-day hike through the mountains in Guatemala.
Ooh.
That was quite interesting. And another hike that we did, which was really really fun, was the Roto Vincentina trail in Portugal, and it goes all along the coastline of the ocean, and it follows the fisherman's trail. So it's the back in the day where the fishermen used to go down into the the cliffs to do their fishing from the villages.
Okay.
It made a whole series of trails along the coastline, and then it interchanges with the historical way, so you can go inland a bit too. But we hiked 200 kilometers along the coastline.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was really nice, and we'd stay in hostels and little villas along the way. And we went in December, January, so it was very quiet. It was hardly anybody.
Beautiful.
It was
Awesome.
pretty spectacular.
I've never heard of that one before.
Yeah, no, I definitely have to check that out. But I mean, it sounds very similar to the
charcuterie trail, he's going to call it.
The charcuterie trail.
What's that? A cheese?
Charcuterie trail.
Yeah, we have that every night, honey.
It's not called the charcuterie trail, but it's called the Camino de Santiago.
Yes, that's in Spain, I believe.
Yes, yes.
Well, we had the couple of Chica and Sunsets on, and they did it, and they were talking about how everywhere they stopped near their hostels, everybody was giving them cheeses and wine.
And wine.
And I'm like,
the meats.
and I was like, that's a charcuterie trail. I said, that's not a hike. It's like a sample and go, you know?
Yeah.
I know, it's great. And you eat
like
fresh
500
fish.
It's 500 miles. So we're looking into this because I feel like that would be just amazing.
Heck yeah. Who doesn't like to have free meats and cheese and wine on a trail?
For sure.
Oh, yeah. And all the fresh fish from the ocean. Oh,
that's crazy.
That would be me. That one doesn't eat fish.
I know. I'm a good fisher person, but I don't eat fish.
She likes the fish, but she don't eat it.
I do.
Yeah.
So back to Canoe for Change. Let's get their information up on here, honey. We got to do that. Did you start this journey with a book in mind?
No.
No.
The book was can I say it was a pandemic?
Yes.
project.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we were isolated and in lockdown. So we decided to take our journal notes and put it together into a book and, leave something for the grandchildren to read.
Right on. Is that what you did then? So like every day you guys would, be at camp and we just like sit and like by the fire and like debrief and quickly like jot down notes, or did you each have your own take on it?
No, I did notes every day.
Yeah,
every day. Yeah. And it was nice because, if we came across a situation or met an individual or a couple or, I wrote down their names and, the events and what happened during the day, just, so that we could relive the adventure later on when we get old and forget.
Don't do it. Don't get old. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. And then you just like, I know that when we try to write notes when we go out to and we photograph obviously as much as we can. And then we were asked to we hiked Isle Royale in September for a week and we were asked to write an article, and I'm forever
we are in currently.
Yeah. So forever like going back and looking at the photos or the videos that we took to go, did I miss something? Or, what's there? Or did I overlook whatever? So obviously you had to go back and through all those notes, all those photos, all those videos, maybe even some like media, right? That you encountered in every like stop, right?
Yeah. It was a huge project. I had no idea how work it is to write a book. And then, you have to double check all your facts. And then we put historical events throughout the book as well, interesting places, and talked about the people that we met along the way and try to make it descriptive as possible. And we had so many adventures that it's so hard to fit into an hour show or, a presentation. Right. And there was just so many wonderful, amazing experiences that we had. We just needed to put it all into a book. And we by far didn't put everything in there, but
Right.
too long.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you find it like therapeutic though, like going back through everything? You
Oh,
must
it's
have.
like,
Yeah, it was like reliving the adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You're writing and say, "Oh, remember that? You remember
Yeah.
doing this and that?" Yeah.
Right. Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I know.
Really
So you paddle across Canada. You have this beautiful organization that you've, worked with. You had that goal of 25K, right? What was the final number?
Well, we made over $30,000.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, so that's we were really pleased with that because we started out with actually $10,000 goal.
Okay.
We surpassed that the second year we were finished. So, and then so we were pretty pleased to
Yeah.
raise
That's amazing.
That's so awesome.
$40,000. Yeah,
Oh.
and then we still continue to raise funds for them wherever we can.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
No, I think that's really, really cool. So how can everybody get your book?
Well, we have a website, canoeforchange.ca, and there's a section in there where there's links to where you can buy our book.
Okay.
And you can just Google it on Amazon or
Okay.
Chapters Indigo or all the major book outlets, and just Google Canoe for Change. It'll come up, and you can buy it that way. Yeah.
That's so
Perfect.
awesome.
I put your Instagram, your website, and your YouTube channel in the chat, so people.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, everybody has to definitely head over there. So what is next?
Oh,
Whoa.
Carol?
Glenn?
Carol?
Oh,
Oh.
maybe it's a two-parter. Carol, you go first.
Oh yeah, it's a two-parter. Well, we're looking into a trip. We're doing all the research right now. So what we're hoping to do in May, June is set out from the Pas, Manitoba by Cumberland House
Okay.
and paddle to Great Slave Lake.
Ooh.
And then the following year from Great Slave Lake to the Beaufort Sea. So 2-year adventure.
Those are pretty epic too. I'll have to show you on the map, honey. They're big. That's big.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, she was talking about paddling. I thought I was going to tell you that we're going to go backcountry skiing.
Yeah.
We're going to northern Quebec, and we're going to ski to cabin to cabin to cabin overnight up in northern
Really?
Quebec.
Yeah, for sure we're going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going a week Sunday.
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome. I thought you were making that up. I was like, no
So
way.
so it's all gonna be cross country skiing to each of the cabins, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, and they're just rustic cabins.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Just
it.
just a fireplace, like a wood
Wood
stove.
stove.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can cook on there, whatever. You're fine. That's
So
amazing.
with cross country skiing, are you going to be towing a sled, or are you going to be skiing with a backpack?
Well, actually, it's backcountry skiing or snowshoeing, and it's almost alpine skiing conditions. The part, So they'll take our bags from cabin to cabin because they don't want sleighs on their trails. I don't know.
Right,
Oh, okay.
right.
Yeah. It messed up okay, I can understand that.
Yeah. And I think the grades are really steep, so straight up and down. So it's
I love
that's
it.
the service that they provide.
And we said if you're offering that service, we'll take it.
Yeah, 100%.
Heck
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Less weight you have to carry. You just have to worry about
We can take more wine. We can take more wine that way.
That's right. Get your priorities straight here,
Hey,
everybody.
what is that thing again?
A wine flask.
No.
Oh, wineskin.
Wineskin.
A
Yeah.
wineskin.
Just
Yeah.
tuck a wineskin in there. Oh, perfect.
That is perfect. And then what about Canoecopia? Have you guys heard of Canoecopia in Wisconsin?
No.
Oh my goodness. I
It's-
feel like we need to connect you.
That is like the big canoe emporium kind of thing, kind of like the Toronto show.
Kind of like the Toronto Show, but it's all canoes.
Everything to do with canoeing in the backcountry or whatever. And it's in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but they do a lot of like virtual stuff and
As of late, yes.
as of late, right? Whatever. But we're gonna go this year because so far it's open. Cross your fingers that it still stays that way.
Yeah.
Um,
So all the big canoe vendors will be there, and and
Oh
such.
wow!
Because you guys have the H2O canoe, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you had before you even like switched up to that one or no?
No, we switched up to that.
Yeah.
We just had a prospector style. I think it was a Scott canoe.
Got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
there
is
you go.
good too. Yeah. But
It was good. It was fine, but we
But
just needed a bigger model. That's all.
Yeah, right. For sure.
Yeah, that was. I guess I forgot to ask. Like, what was it? What was the size of the canoe that you all took across Canada?
It weighed 38 pounds.
Okay.
So that's not terrible.
That's really good.
Yeah.
It's carbon. It was carbon fiber and Kevlar
Yep.
composition, and it was 17 and a half feet.
Okay.
Yeah, and we
Okay.
had it outfitted with a splash skirt, a splash deck
Yep.
to repel the big waves. Yeah.
Right. Perfect. Yeah. It's we can't wait to. We're going to get to that point. We're hopefully when we go to Canoecopia, we might be ordering a boat. We'll see.
Yeah. So we want to just chat with some people and stuff like that, which would be kind of fun. So
yeah, great place to do that. That sounds great.
Yeah.
I think it does too.
We'll have to put that on our list of things to do.
Yeah, or at least check out virtually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it'd be really cool for sure.
It's March 11th,
Yeah, 11, 12, and 13, I think like that.
11, 12,
Yep.
13.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So it's coming up soon. It'll be good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
good time to
Yeah,
be.
it's 11th through the 13th.
Yeah,
So
it'll be good.
yeah,
For sure.
we're driving up over there on Friday, and we got our passes. So
Yep, we're ready to go. Hotel's booked.
Excellent.
Yeah, it'll be good for sure, for sure. Well, I love all your adventures that are coming up.
yeah, no kidding. I
Yeah.
mean, the skiing one from lodge to lodge to lodge.
I think that's
Now you said
pretty cool.
you're using cross country skis, not those kind of like floating style, like snowshoe style skis, or
Well, we're bringing our snowshoes as
Yeah.
well, but we have backcountry skis, so they're just a little bit wider. They have edges, and you can go through deeper snow better than a
Right,
cross
yeah.
ski.
the
Yeah.
one Nate
The
Muskoka.
one that Nate has. Yeah. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, okay. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
They're called backcountry.
Yeah, and the boots are they have more ankle support and they're a
Okay.
little sturdier as well. So
Okay, nice.
that's the kind of we do a lot of backcountry skiing, just through ponds and
I think it's
bush and little
Off the
creeks and
beaten
stuff.
path,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a definite pro for that, especially if you're going to go on. You got nice long stretches of straightness and stuff like that. You know, you can float a long way and get a lot farther than a regular set of snowshoes.
for sure. I was gonna say that this has been fun because it's neat to see you guys who, I mean, you guys are so similar to us. It's amazing that we just try everything new, right? It's amazing to have a partner that wants to do it.
Yeah.
And who doesn't say, "Oh, I don't know," but instead says, "Yeah, someone's going to carry a bag, so we can carry more wine, honey." You know what I mean? So I was like, "This is so amazing," and it's that impact, right? That we always say of being a couple and doing things together,
Yeah.
and it's pretty awesome. So, and we've been able to,
Mhm.
embellish on that, right? Which I think has been great.
Oh yeah,
Super.
and it's it's nice. Whatever you do as a couple, it's you each have your different strengths and weaknesses, and you help out the other person when,
Absolutely.
they need it, or it's just nice to have someone to share. The places that you go to and the views that you see. It's just nice to have someone to share it with, and when you're
Agreed.
compatible, you're pretty fortunate, I think.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I
We
say it all the
consider
time.
ourselves
And
lucky.
the fact of, you go out and you don't want to like, oh honey, you should have seen this, or oh,
Mhm.
Danny, you would have been amazed at this, and so, but no, you're there.
You're there. You see it. Yeah.
It's like you're seeing the
Experiencing
same
it
thing, and it's like,
together. Mhm.
wow, that was sweet.
Yeah. So, well, cheers to many more adventures.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys too.
Thank
Oh,
you. We
yeah.
got lots going on always. It seems like my mother always says that we never stay put enough for the grass to grow under our feet.
That's a good thing. Keep that going.
That's right. I don't want to change that at all. And then we just love obviously meeting you two. We love, meeting all
Thanks,
these
Dennis.
fun different couples. Dennis, obviously, he's been a great connector for the outside, community, and
Oh,
And,
absolutely.
And who
yeah.
just hit 5,000
Yeah, he
subscribers.
did.
Congratulations, Dennis.
So
Yeah.
get on over there, everybody. Go make sure you check out Canoe Hat Adventures and Dennis. So
Yeah.
awesome. Well,
Yep.
cheers to you both.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for
Wonderful.
allowing us to be on your forum. It was
Oh my
wonderful.
gosh. It was, I said at the very beginning, it's definitely our pleasure.
Yeah,
I
oh
mean,
my gosh. Super fun. Absolutely.
So you all hang tight. We're going to drop you down and we're going to do a little outro and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Thank you so much
Thank
again.
you again.
And everybody in the chat, it was thank you all for joining us tonight. And
Yeah.
it's in conversing. Great questions tonight.
Yeah, they were all good for sure. Make sure you head over to Canoe for Change, read their stories, and check out the book.
Yeah.
Head on over to Amazon
Or
All
their
right.
website.
And do it from there. Absolutely. Awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you again so much.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah. Bye, y'all. Yeah, right. That little Michigan Midwest thing in there, huh? Y'all?
Come back now, you hear? Oh my God.
I know. I love it. I love it.
Don't make me get my lasso.
What? That was weird.
It's on Amazon.
Oh
I
my
got-
gosh.
I got one ordered.
That was fun. They're all fun.
Oh.
We got some thumbs up. We got fun. Oh, look at this fun times as usual. Great people. We
yeah.
have met some amazing couples that in
Bar
hopes
none.
that that we could connect with again, which is really cool. And yeah, what another good week.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't imagine. Portaging 400 plus kilometers.
Kilometers.
That's what I said. Kilometers.
Mm-hmm.
Kilometers.
Stop it. I tell you, please.
With
But it was
with
fun to
with
have-
a boat.
It was
That's like-
fun to have Canadians in
Well,
the
Rand
house
said,
again.
what did he do? He did 800.
I don't know. Actually, we have to look into that. We'll have to ask him exactly what his,
Never- but
his
yeah,
was. I
that-
can't remember, but it was
That's
incredible
That's
for sure.
super cool.
So, Canoe for Change. Check out Glenn and Carol, definitely.
Slow down.
And we have what do we have going on here? Our weekend actually is pretty quiet this weekend.
This weekend's
which
quiet.
is nice. I'm kind of embracing that because we're getting ready for our following weekend. But yeah, make sure you
Heading
follow
up
us
north.
again on Insta. On Saturday, we do have a quick little video coming out about our winter trip that was cut short due to crazy weather and coldness.
I'll just say
And it was
coldness.
cold, yeah. And but yeah, stay tuned for that. And if you are a backcountry couple, or if you know a backcountry couple that wants to come and hang out and chat for like a little over an hour, right? It's nothing crazy.
That's
you
our-
know,
Hours are our goal, but we never
we
hit
never
an hour.
do an hour.
Never. It's always over.
Which is fine. I feel like
Well,
that's
good
fine.
Conversations always.
Well, and I think that's what happens too. You know, we do come with a script, not a script, but like homework and paper, and then we never stick to the paper. But I
No,
think that's
never.
how it goes. It's
mean,
always organic and it's
if we were to go,
natural.
if we were to do our thing, I mean, the show would easily go way over 2 hours.
Yeah, but I think this has been really, really great. So,
It always.
but
is.
we are booked for February. We have one more date left in March to fill. So give us a shout out on Instagram, or you can shoot us an email at keelquest@gmail.com. But in the meantime, that's it. So have a great weekend.
Yes, you all be
And
safe out
Thanks
there.
for hanging out with us.
We'll see you all on the next quest.
You betcha.